They are creators. You're a chaser. You want to leverage, or do you want to be leveraged? If you go after this, if you go all in on this, I promise you, you're going to find yourself in an absolute quagmire. You're going to destroy your own vehicle, and you're going to find yourself in a situation where it's very difficult for you to grow your scale and scale your way out of it. Hello everyone, it's Joel Davis with United Medical Transportation Providers Group. You are thebroker.com and Home Care Access. And as always, thank you all for your wonderful emails, even your hater emails. However, if you're gonna send a hater email, please don't do a stupid drive-by comment of "you're an a-hole" or you're a dumb a-hole or something like that. I mean, give me some meat and potatoes, put something on the bone, make it look like you're somewhat articulate, and you could formulate some good logical thoughts. Now, if you're a virtue signaling knee bender and you're in a safe space, obviously we know you can't. I get that. But if your motor neurons are connecting and you can come up with sound logic, send us your a good, strong hater email. I got a lot of them saved up. I love them. Some of you did not care for "Let's Go Brandon."
Let's go, Brandon. Hey. Let's go, Brandon. Hey. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Let's go, Brandon.
Hey, let's go, Brandon. So, also, any of you who plan on investing in my ebook, How to Build a $1 Million Medical Transportation Company, understand that when you invest in it, we're going to email it to you. Now, I know there's a million different types of software platforms you could use to leverage. People could download it right away. The reason why I email it and I have my team email it to you is because I want to be able to, they email it to you as an attachment, is because I want to be able to edit it whenever, wherever I want. There's literally been times where I'm traveling and I want to edit a paragraph, I want to change it, I want the most up-to-date and current one. And again, I know there's software systems that you could, different platforms. I'm not wasting my time with that. I do it simply out of convenience and also out of security. So clearly understand, if you invest in the ebook, you're gonna get the ebook. They're gonna send it to you directly from jdavis at milliondollartransportation.com. So if you don't get it right away, just be patient. We're gonna get it to you. Check your junk mail, your spam folder. We recently had a guy who purchased it, didn't get it, sends us crazy emails, thinks it's a big scam. Dan or Dawn, whatever. One of them emailed him from a generic Hotmail account just to make sure that he is receiving our correspondence. Got him the ebook. And again, they went. My people bent over backwards to try to get it to him, and he still sent us this ridiculous email that says, "You guys are just stalling me until you can get the payment to process." I get it. Trust me. No one cares about your $97.95. I'm going to be honest with you. The only reason why I even charge for that ebook, the only reason why we charge for that ebook is A, it serves as a fundamental filter. People only value what they pay for. And there's the White Walkers are the rabid animals that scour the internet looking for everything free, everything free. The sense of entitlement is absolutely incredible. So charging for it is a sense of filter. Helps us determine who's serious and who's not. So that's number one. Number two, helps cover our costs, pay for my people. It is what it is. So trust me, no one's waiting to collect your money to screw you over out of your ebook. He continues, it would have been amazing to have this info. Shame on you for preying on us who crave to better our lives. Trust me, if you invest in the ebook, we're going to get you the ebook. No one's preying on you. I'm on PayPal now trying to figure out the best way to report you people. You people. You sound racist. Ebooks? I've purchased hundreds of ebooks. You're not the first to pull a scam on ebooks and or software. Got to admit it, site looked real. Yeah, please go to my website. I mean, how many video testimonials do we have from other people? My videos, right. We're putting forth the real good effort to pull the wool over guys to steal your 97 bucks. And this is how I absolutely know this guy is absolutely Looney Tune crazy broke. He has no comprehension of time, money over time. He finishes with, I will now dedicate every waking hour of my life to exposing you. Cuckoo. Cuckoo. Dude, that's like Little Psycho. I will now dedicate every waking hour of my life to exposing you. So even if we're a total scam, I get it. If we were a total scam and we just stole $97.95 from you, you would still dedicate every waking hour of your life. Dude. There's so many things I could say to that. That's just borderline crazy. I'm going to be delicate right now in an effort to preserve your feelings. All I'm going to say is, let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
Hey.
Let's go, Brandon.
Hey.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hey.
Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
You know what they saying, ho?
All right, so now that we're clear, if you purchase the ebook, be cool. I guarantee you we're going to get you that ebook one way or another. Now, let me give you a different perspective. Now so I already know that someone who's that crazy, someone that says, I will now dedicate every waking hour of my life to exposing you. Trust me, you can't expose anything more than I haven't exposed myself. Okay, I'm the worst online marketer out there. I get it. I could care less. I'm hated by a lot of people. Trust me. More people who hate me, don't care. Sip on the haterade. Get drunk on it. Let me give you an example of someone who I do look forward to working with. She purchased the ebook and the DVD. She writes, Good day, Joel. I pray that this message reaches you well. I want to start by saying I truly enjoyed the knowledge I received from your ebook. She got it. And your DVDs. It was like a drug and I couldn't get enough. I got through everything in 1 week and about to go through it again. Awesomeness. As I get closer to launch, I am looking forward to recruiting your services to be my one-on-one coach. And I look forward to working with you. In the meantime, I do have a pretty lengthy but critical question. I'm going to respond to it because I like your attitude. She writes, my best friend is a physical therapist who works out of her home. She travels to her client and her client's insurance covers the service. She explained to me that she had to get an NPI, National Provider Identification, and credentialed in order to bill insurance companies directly. She put me in touch with 2 credentialing agencies, and for a fee, they can get me credentialed with all commercial insurance companies, as well as Medicaid. So here's my question. Let's say my neighbor's elderly mom, who is wheelchair bound, has Blue Cross Blue Shield. Would I be able to transport her to and from doctor visits and bill her insurance directly after they get the transport prescriptions from her doctors, of course? If your answer is yes, it's a game changer. I say it's a game changer because I have an organization, approximately 200, whose elderly parents all live at home and are in need of my services. 75% of them have commercial insurance and about 25% Medicaid. It just can't be that easy. So please tell me what I'm missing before I get my hopes up. Thank you so much for doing what you do. Oh, what a difference. What a difference. I will now dedicate every waking hour of my life to exposing you because we're con artists. Versus, thank you so much for doing what you do. I'll see you at the top. And she includes a picture of her and her children. Beautiful family, beautiful little kitties. And here are the 2 companies I'm considering credentialing. Okay, so here's why I put this video together. Great question. A lot of things, a lot of meat and potatoes on here. A lot of different directions we can go with this. First and foremost, do not waste your time or money getting credentialed by those 2 organizations. Your friend, the physical therapist, you run a completely different business. I know that we don't like to refer to ourselves in the NEMT industry as taxi services. But honestly, when it comes to transporting people, that's all we are. We are simply the transportation service. That's it. We are not providing any type of medical care, any type of medical advisement, nothing. Some states require you to have an NPI. Why they do, I have no idea. Typically when they do, it's simply a precursor to you getting your Medicaid provider number. Again, an NPI for an EMT business is absolutely worthless. Worthless. Some states require it as a precursor. Get your NPI to get your Medicaid provider number. Again, these are hoops you got to jump through to get it. So I'm not sure where you're located. You don't mention it. But your friend, the physical therapist, she needs the NPI. She's rendering care. She's providing medical care, medical advisement, yada, yada, whatever she's doing. Bottom line is you're comparing apples to oranges. You may need an NPI depending on where you're located. Most states you don't, some you do. Number one. In terms of billing the insurance companies, you got your, and let me give you the overarching answer and then I'll drill down a little bit. You cannot bill Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Cigna, United, none of that stuff. They as a whole, as in like 98% of the time, they do not compensate for non-emergency medical transportation. The only few times they will is it's got to be doctor prescribed, and even then, many times they still won't. It's got to be proven that it's a medical necessity despite being non-emergency medical transportation. That's a high threshold, and in most instances, it's got to be stretcher. You're not going to see them Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cigna, United, and other type of insurance companies reimbursing as a whole for non-emergency medical transportation. I have seen pocketed, isolated instances that have surprised me, but they are so few and far between. Do not think you're going to hang your hat on this. So you have basically, you're going to have, I lump a lot of things. When I say private pay, I lump a lot of things into that. When I talk about private pay, that's people who are paying out of pocket. That's also if you go off and get with private contracts, different service agreements directly with the facility, things of that nature. Again, I kind of make a mistake in terms of I just generalize all that as private pay. So it's Medicaid versus private pay. But you also got your managed care organizations. Some states, not all states, have managed care organizations. And in those managed care organizations, which tends to be 99.9999% Medicaid sourced funding, but they could be managed by different Medicaid brokers. So managed care, depending on the MCO, managed care organization, depending on the MCO, they can pay different. Their rules and regulations can be different, even though it's all Medicaid source funding. Then you got HMOs, for example. HMOs, health maintenance organizations, those tend to be what I would argue more private pay, but it's more private insurance. It's not Medicaid. So a lot of people will say, well, no, I'm contracted with Blue Cross Blue Shield. No, you could be contracted with that HMO, who then they bill Blue Cross Blue Shield, but you personally, so a lot of people will come to me and say, hey, I'm billing Blue Cross Blue Shield, but then when you drill down, you realize, no, you're actually not billing Blue Cross Blue Shield, you're actually billing the HMO. So people get kind of confused by the different interrelations and the dynamics. They get confused by some of the terminology for sure. This is why it's absolutely critical that, again, let me go back to the very beginning. With your non-emergency medical transportation, at its most fundamental concept, you are strictly a transportation provider. That's it. Do we want to be the best? Yes. Do we want to look the best? Yes. Do we want to provide the best service? Yes. Do we want to have the best equipment? Yes. Do we want to have the best trained employees? Yes. But we're simply transportation. If you are a BLS, basic life support, or an ALS, an advanced life support, that's a whole different dynamic. Now we're an emergency service. Now, emergency services, they can bill the Medicare. They need NPIs. They're billing Medicare, Medicaid directly, insurance, all that stuff. Private pay, they got a whole combination. And trust me, it's not all peachy keen with ambulances. There's a lot of ambulance companies that lose a lot of money. especially because a lot of their reimbursements are combination insurance, private pay. Well, what happens? A lot of these people don't pay. So, you could have, let's say, a $500 trip, and, the patient's got to pay, a third of it, 2/3 of it. Sometimes they default. There's a lot of ambulance companies that take big losses. They're able to write it off, but it doesn't matter. Writing it off doesn't help your cash flow, doesn't help you cover your overhead expenses. So it's not all peachy keen when it comes to BLS and ALS services. But as I digress. So in going back to your great question, no, you're not going to be billing the Blue Cross, Blue Shields, the Cignas, the United. This is where, again, I want you to pay attention. This is where so many people who retain my services, this is why a lot of the contract work I do is related to these type of service agreements and contracts. Because a lot of it is negotiations and stipulations. You got to negotiate terms, not just pricing. You got to know when to push, when to pull, that type of deal. Managed care organizations, you could have one managed care organization here and go across the street. Here's another managed care organization, and the pricing is different. They could be managed by two different Medicaid brokers or other entities. Your HMOs typically would reimburse at a higher price point. A lot of managed care organizations, they sometimes will pay more than traditional Medicaid rates. HMOs would typically always pay more. You got Medicaid waivers. Your Medicaid waivers, that's a whole different discussion. They could definitely pay more. With Medicaid waivers, a lot of times, depending on where you're located, some states have Medicaid waivers, some states don't. This is why, let me quickly digress. I've talked about this a million times in many different videos. This is why when so many of you contact us, well, I'm thinking about getting national accreditation. Guess what? There is none. Anyone that's contacting you, come to our conference and get national accreditation for NEMT. It doesn't exist. Everything I'm telling you right now underscores you can go from one state to another state, totally different. You can go in some states where it's deregulated, you can go from county to county, totally different. You can go from one managed care organization to another managed care organization, totally different. Managed care versus HM, totally different. So anyone trying to come to our conference, come meet Uber and Lyft and Southeast Trans and Logisticare and MTM, the other representatives, get your lanyard, go to the breakout sessions. There's no such thing as national credentialing. It's a fake, a phony, and a fraud. Don't spend the money. So even you, when you said here are the two companies I'm considering for credentialing, don't waste the money. Do not waste the money. When we work with you, we're going to get you applied for appropriately. Again, I don't know what state you're in, so I don't know what you got going on, but we're going to be targeted. There is no. Think about it. If your friend is a physical therapist, why you as a medical transportation provider? Why would you have the same credentialing? It's totally misapplied. Apples and oranges. So I wish I could answer you with something a little more positive. Obviously, the situation is much more dynamic than I think that you really envisioned. But again, beautiful picture of you and your kitties. Love it. Here's something that I wanted to include because it kind of dovetails a little bit off what we had just talked about in your great question. So this one, awesome. Here we go. Lyft gets new head of healthcare to lead expansion in non-emergency medical transportation. This was just written the other day, published the other day. I won't read through all of this here. A lot of nonsense. Lyft has named Buck, blah, blah, blah. Its new head of healthcare, the ride-hailing giant, confirmed in an email statement. He's been the strategy director, previously spent years with whoever. Lyft expanded its ride-hailing services in April to include non-emergency medical transportation. That I don't understand because this is published a few days ago, and Lyft has been in the NEMT game, and Uber have been in the NEMT game for a long time. So I don't understand that. The offering allows patients to schedule rides to destinations like medical appointments, vaccinations, get your magic elixir, and prescription pickups on the health organization's dime. Quote, Lyft Healthcare is one of the largest non-emergency medical transportation providers in the United States, making up a vibrant and fast-growing sector of Lyft's U.S. Business. I'm excited, blah, blah, blah. Non-emergency medical transportation services like Lyft can reduce patient no-shows, particularly in low-income populations where lack of transportation is a common reason for missed appointments. I'm not going to continue to read through all this nonsense. It's a long article. If you want to check it out, I'll try to leave a link in the description. But a couple things the reason why I include this is a couple reasons. Number one, it's amazing. I have 1,000,001 different videos published, and I've talked about topics like this before. And it never ceases to amaze me how so many people will contact us, and their entire intent is to, well, we're at least going to start. We're going to start our business going after ambulatory work. This is what you're competing against. This is what you're competing. It's the lowest hanging fruit possible, the lowest rates of reimbursement, the lowest ROI. If you go after this, if you go all in on this, I promise you, you're going to find yourself in an absolute quagmire. You're going to destroy your own vehicle, and you're going to find yourself in a situation where it's very difficult for you to grow your scale and scale your way out of it. You just can't. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to go hire more employees and get them to start driving for Lyft for you? They can go join Lyft on their own with their own car. It's insanity. So, and the other thing I want you to keep in mind and clearly understand is, I've talked about it in many other videos. My goal for you in making money is for you to be able to grow and scale, multiply your business, push your cash flow, strong, profitable, positive cash flow through your system, limit your exposure to taxation, invest your money, make your money make you money. Grow and scale, in the future, sell your business as multiple, cash out, further leverage that money. That's my overarching vision, hope, and aspirations for you. When you do that and you deploy these type of strategies, the whole goal is to you, rather than being a chaser, someone who drives for Lyft is a chaser. I got to go chase another customer to make more money. I got to go chase another customer to make more money. I got to go chase another customer to go make more money. If I don't get up out of bed to go chase another customer, I don't make money. You have no business. You just built yourself a job. You're a chaser. And sometimes the chasing is good, but guess what? You get tired. You get tired. And we ain't getting no younger. You want to chase forever? The goal is to go from being a chaser to a creator. And when your money is making you money, you start to become a creator. That's why I want you deploying the right type of business models, the right type of strategies. How many times did you hear me talking about do more with less? Do more with less. More vehicles cost more money, cost more employees, cost more insurance. You got to be able to do more with less. That's why getting the right types of vehicles are critical. That's why you don't chase every shiny object. That's why you don't chase down every rabbit hole. Oh, I can make money with that. Just because you can make money doing something doesn't mean it's the right opportunity for you. Bottom line. Bottom line. That's why when you look at something like this, all I could do is shake my head. Lyft is a creator. Lyft is a creator. They're not a chaser. Lyft is a creator that leverages you, the chasers. Do you want to go work for Lyft? Do you want to go work for Uber? Do you want to go work for Southeast Trans? Do you want to go work for Logisticare? Do you want to go work for MTN? Do you want to go work for Veyo? They are creators. You're a chaser. You want to leverage, or do you want to be leveraged? I'll give you a case in point. Take youarethebroker.com. For those of you who have joined youarethebroker.com and you became active licensees, you'll notice the agreement you signed is to leverage our software. We teach you the business. We teach you all aspects of the business, but all you're doing is leveraging the software. We give you the knowledge, we give you the business model for you to be a creator. You look at Lyft, how many times have I said in previous videos? Your network is your net worth. I'll say it again. Your network is your net worth. What's the net worth of Lyft? Huge. Uber's huge. These Medicaid brokers, huge. They're all big, okay? They got a big network. Their network is their net worth. If you sign up with youarethebroker.com, you are developing your own network. Your network is your net worth. All you're doing from us is, besides learning the actual business, which you go forth, conquer, create greatness, create your own brand, you're just leveraging the software to further grow, scale, and expand. Because there's no way you can grow, scale, and expand without software. Bottom line, it is what it is. We all know that. Your NEMT business, you've got to do more with less. I'll give you another classic example. This just came to me. A lot of the home care providers that I've worked with, who do a lot of private pay work, they will leverage their caregivers when they're not busy. A lot of their caregivers will also serve as some of their drivers providing ambulatory work. Ambulatory work. They're doing more with less. They're leveraging software. They're building their own network. Their network is their net worth. They're doing more with less. They're exponentially multiplying income while reducing overhead burden, which increases top line and bottom line. Got to do more with less. So understand crystal clear, whether it's, I got many transportation providers who have employees, but they also have some 1099 contractors who do strictly ambulatory work, whether their sources of revenue come from broker or other private, whatever. Why would you want to invest in a sedan, a minivan, whatever, pay premium insurance, and use them and deploy those vehicles to chase after ambulatory work? We already know that ambulatory work is the lowest of low-hanging fruit, the lowest of low rates of reimbursement, which leads to the lowest of low ROI. Why would I want to pay a premium for insurance and labor, vehicles, and maintenance when I can outsource that? I can 1099 that. I got to be able to do more with less. I need to be able to build smarter business models. I got to be able to leverage the right type of software. If you're using Dispatching Made Easy and you got 1099 contractors, you could charge them a small amount each month to help recover your cost, and you're using them as a 1099. Now, can you do that for employees? No. If you're youarethebroker.com, you can charge your contractors a monthly fee for using the apps and the software. It covers your cost. The whole goal is for you to not be a chaser. It's to be a creator. You become your own Lyft. Whether you got an NEMT business, become your own Lyft. Whether it's home care, you become your own Lyft. Whether it's your own broker business, become your own Lyft. Become the creator and not the chaser. That's why when I see, I will now dedicate every waking hour of my life to exposing you. Dude. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
Hey.